We really have we see a lot of value in internships through Moraine Park because it gives us access to some students who we normally wouldn't reach. It also gives us an opportunity to have people come in who have experience, have a desire to get into that field, rather than somebody who's just sort of stumbling around and trying to see where their career might go. So there's a little bit more focus, more purpose to the folks that we see through the internship program.
The training that individuals are obtaining, those foundational skills, reading, math, the hands-on laboratory with the welding, really has taken that off our production line as far as bringing new employees up to speed quicker. And so that has helped us a great deal.
It's kind of like a preliminary look at this is what it's really going to be like when you get there. So it's a great test drive opportunity. It gives MEC a chance to work with the individual, get to know them, understand what their strengths and weaknesses are. It's a huge benefit.
Working with the instructors on a one-on-one personal level, taking my life story, they listened to me, they accepted me, they did not pass judgment on me or discriminate toward me, anything. They actually became my family by helping me out, And I think that's very important in any type of career that you get into. Whether it's in the school environment or the job environment, when they work with you on a human level and not seeing me as this robot or, dehumanizing me, it puts me in that comfortable position where I can say, okay, I can open myself up instead of putting a wall up, So boot camp helped me in the area. It's like my family, actually.
I went from doing side construction here and there, and for cash, and finding small jobs, here and there, and just wasn't doing much of anything, slow at work. So this came about, and got into it. Was in the military for 5 years, prior to this yet, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life even after I got out of the military. So this came along, and started at Brenner Tank after the internship, and I think within a year and a half, I ended up picking up a lead man position there, and been running with that ever since. Just life in general had gotten 100 times better for me going through this program.
There's a real need for skilled tradespeople. There just aren't enough people to fill that pipeline. So we have to work together to increase that pipeline, and by networking and working together, it's our hope that all of us will have enough people, skilled tradespeople, to fill all of the open positions.
I think we all need to work together. We're all out there to hire people. We've been working very close with other businesses around our area, in Kiel and everything. We're all here for one goal, is to get more people.
I think that's important. So we're really, it makes us equals. I think we're not competing against each other, and it is that collaboration, best practices, recruiting strategies, and really going at the approach of this recruiting and the training together.
We want to work with an organization that is providing the type of technical training that we need at the level that we need. Not everybody needs an associate's degree. The boot camp program is a great example of flexibility, listening to the needs of the employer, which some technical schools aren't so good at. But with Moraine Park, we've got this boot camp program. It's for a 15-week period of time, gets them the skills, gets them some training, and gets them to work.
Knowing my background, in the last 30-some years, it's been like a boot camp, because at first I wasn't allowed to have responsibility. Everything was, formatted out for me. And this is what you had to do. You had to live by these rules. So I guess that you can say that from that standpoint, and that's where I got my structure from. As a child growing up, I never had that. It was you know, free flowing. I can do whatever I want to, no restrictions, you know, but boot camp actually gives you some guidelines to actually live by, not only study by, but actually to live by, because when you come in the next day and you go to class, you have to be prepared, you know, for that 8 hours.
The potential intern has a go-to person. So if they have issues, they have that one person or that group of people that they can go to. It really helps them to be successful.
They really stress attendance, teamwork, cooperation, those types of soft skills, which are usually harder to teach. And it's nice for us to have someone in your group that can get them off and running on the right foot so we don't have to start from scratch.
They're a reason they're not employed. Some of the barriers we don't even recognize as being barriers. You know, the kid that slept through high school, you know, he just doesn't have, he's scared to death to take a test or to even walk into a school. So the last time he was there wasn't a pleasant experience. Or it's that, you know, middle-aged guy that, you know, is tired of getting laid off or has only had seasonal work, and, you know, he's a little scared about, well, how am I going to compete? I'm, you know, 50 years old. How am I going to compete with these young kids? So I think a lot of the mentoring and counseling helps build the confidence that, yeah, you can do this. You know, just get over that hurdle and get in there and try. If you work at it, you can do this. It's a big advantage.
I want to keep moving up the ladder. For, like I said, for how short I've been there, and, you know, picking up a lead man position, and we had just ended third shift, and I was in charge of the whole entire third shift at Brenner Tank for, I think, like 6 months. I ran all of third shift. There was no supervisors, you know, anybody else there, so I pretty much had control of, you know, what was going on. I had to fix mistakes and everything else like that. So sticking at Brenner Tank and, you know, keep moving up the ladder as much as I can.
I want to educate people the same way I got an education. I want people to live the life that I'm living, because at my age, people don't get to live the life. They don't get to travel and do the things that I do, you know. So a supervisor would be fine. An executive, you know, I'm not going to stop, you know. So getting out of life, it would be is letting my life continue to evolve. Don't put no hold on it. Don't stop. You know, don't put that wall there where I can't take no more steps forward. So I just want to continue to take them steps, and wherever it leads, that's where I go.